first half where Illinois hit 5 3-pointers at the end when you guys had just pulled close. How devastating was that?
Whenever you allow the other team to catch fire like that, get a rhythm, it's really hard to, especially when we were already down and we were already fighting to get out of that hole. It just makes it really tough to, gain control and push through those runs. But it's coverage and defensive assignments and us being on the same page. But it is very rough, and it's something that's of course fixable, and of course credit to them, but something that we need to figure out as a team, how to stay defensively more consistent and on the string.
Please grab a microphone for the questions. Andrew?
Olivier is a veteran who's played a lot of college ball. I guess what is your message to teammates kind of in the locker room and even at practice and stuff during this rough stretch?
This rough stretch, we've been struggling all year, but when it comes to that, the beauty of college basketball will and always is and has been the fact that your last game is in your last game until you lose your last game. So, if the only way it's over with for us is if we just quit, put our heads down and stop trying. And of course, it's hard to see, light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard to see how we can turn things around, but at the end of the day, however the conference play finishes out, we will have the Big Ten tournament, which everybody has the opportunity to participate in. And if we pull together and if we figure some things out, a lot of these games we've been in the games, and then some of these games we haven't so much been in the game. So we kind of have to figure out what are we doing differently. Same with our second halves, but until we lose our tournament game, we still have games to play, we still have things to do. We still have time to turn the corner and finish on a better note than what we've been going on.
Anybody else have anything?
In the first half, you guys only attempted 3 3-pointers. So when the 3-point game isn't going for you guys, obviously Terrace is big down low, and he was pretty aggressive in the first half. How important is that? And when he was struggling to make some shots, how did that impact the efficiency?
Yeah, I feel like a big thing with how we try to play, especially how we came in today, is try to impose ourselves on the inside first, and then through that we get them to sink, and then if we able to effectively score on the inside, then we can start getting those kickouts. And now we're shooting catch and shoot rhythm threes, but today we were just not able to follow through. But in any game, you want your 3-pointers to kind of come within flow. You don't want to force threes. You don't want to be shooting pull-up threes or contested threes. You more want your threes to be open or against the closeout. So it's best to establish a presence on the inside, and then you get those kick-out, step in like you're shooting on the gun threes, and those are the best ones. Those are the ones they were getting and we weren't. So
We'll take 2 more for O in front row, please.
Olivier, what does Illinois do offensively that makes them a tough cover?
Their speed. Shannon didn't play last time we played, and today you guys saw he just, as soon as he catch that ball in transition in stride, like a rocket coming downhill, he's gonna hit you with that Euro, or if you don't bite, he's going straight through you. And as soon as you start backing up, he's athletic enough to just jump to where now you can't take a charge anymore because you're shuffling your feet, and if you stop, that's your foul once he takes off. So the speed that they play with, I feel like that's a group that's been together for a while. Whatever additions they've made, the core has been together for a while. And when it comes to college basketball, that's a big thing, having a core group that knows each other's tendencies and have played together for a while, and they're older group. So, yeah.
Andrew, you want to close this out, please?
Sure. Olivier, you're talking about Big Ten tournament and finishing the season strong. I guess what gives you confidence that can happen, or I guess what needs to change to make that happen?
My confidence will always come from the work that I put in, and our confidence, I feel like, is from the same thing. We know we work every day. We know, however these games have gone and will go, we know that we go back every day and try to learn from it, try to find solutions, try to be better. And it's unfortunate how it's been going, but we work at this. Everybody individually works at it. We all put in pain. We all have confidence in the work that we put in. But then at the same time, beside all that, as an athlete, as a competitor, as long as I have a minute on the clock, a game to play, I'm never gonna step on the court thinking it's over or it's dead or I can't do anything anymore or my season is over when it's not. That's just not in me, and that's not in my teammates.
Olivier, thank you so much. Great job. Please raise your hand and grab the microphone.
Juwan, how difficult is it for you to play home and road and have like a different lineup when you go on the road right now?
Yeah, it's not easy. I would not try to sit here and kid you not that it's comfortable for us. We've been experiencing uncomfortable moments all year, and when you miss your primary ball handler, one of the best decision makers in the country, you take a step back and it hurts your ball club. But we've tried to manage a way of, because you have competitive guys that's every time they put that jersey on, they're going out there competing, no matter who's out there or not. But as time goes, we'll continue to keep trying to do what we can with every guy that steps on that floor.
Juwan, I know you're familiar with Terrence Shannon. What stood out?
Very familiar with Terrence Shannon. You're welcome.
Would you elaborate on that? What stood out about him today?
You're welcome. Yeah. Terrence Shannon is the guy who I recruited, who committed to the University of Michigan, as you all are very aware of. And you're welcome. He's played extremely well since he's been here. And I'm so proud of him. He's started out the season playing great basketball, and then when he took that break, he came back. It's like he hasn't lost a step, and that's so hard to do. Sitting out for the time that he did, and to hit the ground running like he had missed. And I commend their staff for being able to support him throughout this process. But it's not easy for a young man what he's been through, and I'm sure what the young lady's been through. It's not easy on both sides. But I wish Terrence can stay healthy and finish up this year. I think he has a lot of basketball ahead of him.
Andrew?
Juwan, Doug was one of, I think, 3 players who didn't make the trip for you today. I guess, how much is your lack of bodies affect, how much does that affect your strategy in game?
Well, we never make excuses for ourselves. No one's going to feel sorry for us, and we're not asking for anyone to feel sorry for us. With the 8 guys that played from the rotation, we felt very confident that we had a chance from start to finish. Illinois is a great team, and they showed that tonight. They're also a very talented ball club, a well-coached team as well. We pray that our guys get healthy, which we know they will, and we'll be at full strength soon.
It's hard for me to tell sometimes live. Did you try like a different kind of zone tonight than you showed?
I'm not going to tell you what kind of zone it was, but we play zone. Just leave it like that.
All right. Well,
Liza?
Not only was the three-pointer not falling for you guys, but Illinois' three-pointer was falling. How hard is it to win a game when both those things are happening at the same time?
Yeah, it's very challenging. This is one of the few games we've had where we only have made 1 three-pointer and missed 9. Illinois, they made 8. And T. Shannon made like 4 of those 8. But, it's offensively, I don't think that was the biggest problem for us. It was defensively. Defensively, where we allowed too many open looks for some of their shooters in the first half. Also, there was 10 points where, we know T. Shannon was going to put his head down in transition. Like Olivier said, he's so athletic and strong that, we tried to, of course, keep his body in front. Jalen, that one call, which I thought it was a charge, and it ended up being a foul call on him. But, that's the type of, pressure you're dealing with when you're facing a guy who's so strong and athletic. But then, to add to their entire roster, they have some guys that, that score the ball, that are also talented and skillful. This team is really good. They're going to have a chance. They're going to make some noise, in the tournament. I really predict that.
We'll go two more, front row and then Andrew.
I guess, Juwan, you've seen Coleman Hawkins kind of throughout his whole career going up against him. How has he evolved as a player, and what does he bring to Illinois that makes him difficult?
Well, let's start with his experience. You know, he's played in a lot of, you know, big games early on. And each year he's progressed. He's always added something to his game. And, you know, obviously this year he's shooting the ball extremely well from the outside. You know, last year, you know, it was more of an inside than outside. But this year, you know, he's facing the basket and, you know, he'll make you pay off the pick and pop if you don't close out to him. You know, transition, he's running in transition, stopping on the dime, and able to pull up from three. You know, he has a nice size, you know, with him, but more importantly, you know, he's a kid that's has high IQ and knows how to play the game.
Andrew?
I know the losing's not fun, but are you still enjoying the daily grind of coaching and trying to improve?
I was sitting there, I'll tell you this, September 15th, I spent 15 days in the hospital, open heart surgery, and those 15 days in the hospital was like nights of thinking and appreciating life, and always will. And so now to be here coaching, you know, that's a blessing. You know, a guy who almost lost his life. So do I enjoy coaching? You're damn right I do. And I enjoy, you know, being with these young men and learning from them and growing with them. I enjoy working with my staff and challenging each other and helping each other grow. And, you know, I enjoy the crowd, you know, all the BS that they say to me, you know, that's, you know, try to, of course, distract me. And I enjoy that. That's what competitors do. When you're a competitor, you know, this is what you've grown so much and embraced. You know, I never forget as a kid growing up here in Chicago, I always wanted to, you know, be a basketball player. Then to accomplish an NBA basketball player and then have an opportunity to coach on a collegiate level at my alma mater, man, this is a blessing. You know, a lot of people love having this job, but I don't look at it as a job.
Thank you very much, Coach.